When I was younger, I misunderstood what strength really looked like. I thought strong people were the loudest people, the people who always had the last word, the people who never admitted that they were wrong, the people nobody dared challenge. I thought strength meant working and winning every argument, never showing emotion, never appearing weak, always being in control. But the older that I get, the more I realize I had confused strength with power, and they're not the same thing. Power is the ability to control someone, and strength is the ability to control yourself. Anyone can lose their temper, anyone can raise their voice, anyone can demand respect, but it takes a different kind of man to remain calm when he's been misunderstood, to answer with kindness when he's been insulted, to be patient when he's frustrated, and to choose humility when pride feels justified. That's not weakness, that's strength. One of the things that has changed me most is looking at the life of Jesus. And no one has ever possessed more power than he did. He could calm storms, he could heal the sick, he could raise the dead. He had every right to demand a throne right here on this earth. Yet he washed feet, he welcomed children, he touched people others avoided, he spoke without hatred, he carried authority without arrogance. He was never intimidated, but he was never intimidating for the sake of just being intimidating. And that's what I admired about him. There was a gentleness about him that made broken people want to come closer. I've wondered what would happen if most men understood that. Because somewhere along the way we've been told that gentleness is soft, that it's passive, that it means you've easily can push around and you're easily pushed around. But biblical gentleness isn't the absence of strength. It's strength under control. It's knowing you could strike back, but choosing mercy. It's knowing you could prove someone wrong, but deciding that relationship matters more than your ego. It's leading your family without ruling over them. It's protecting without controlling. It's correcting without humiliating someone. It's carrying responsibility without demanding applause. As a husband, I've learned that my wife doesn't need me to win every disagreement. You know what she needs? She needs me to listen. And as a father, my son won't remember how many arguments I won. He's going to remember whether he felt safe with me, whether I was patient, whether I was present, and whether I reflected the heart of God in the way that I treated him. I don't know about you, but that challenges me. Because it's much easier to appear strong than it is to actually become strong. Real strength shows itself in ordinary moments, when you're tired, when you're stressed, when someone speaks to you unfairly, when your plans fall apart, when nobody would blame you for losing your temper. And, those are the moments that reveal what's actually happening inside of us. And I've noticed something. The people I admire most aren't the ones who dominate every room that they enter. They're the ones who bring peace into every room they enter. You don't have to wonder where you stand with them. They make people feel seen. They make people feel heard. They make people feel valued. Not because they're weak, but because they're secure. Insecurity has to prove itself. Strength doesn't. I think that's why scripture says a gentle answer turns away wrath. Gentleness has a way of stopping cycles of anger. that anger only continues. Anger only continues cycles of hatred. And it takes more courage to forgive them than it is to get even. It takes far more courage to stay calm than to explode, far more courage to serve rather than to be served. This world celebrates dominance. The kingdom often celebrates humility. The world says, make sure everyone knows how important you are. Jesus said that the greatest among you is going to be the servant of all. And I think we need to keep that in our mind. That's a completely different definition of greatness. And honestly, I think it's a better one. I don't want my life to be remembered because people feared me. I want my family to obey me because they're intimidated. That doesn't make any sense. I don't want respect that has to be demanded from someone. I want the kind of life that earns trust, the kind of strength that creates peace, the kind of character that points people towards Christ instead of towards me. Maybe that's what true method has always been. Not becoming harder, not becoming louder, not becoming more controlling, but becoming more like Jesus. Really. I'm going to take these glasses off, y'all. I'm going to push them up so much. It's the kind of character that points people towards Christ instead of towards me. Maybe that's what true manhood has always been. Not becoming harder, not becoming louder, not becoming more controlling, but becoming more like Jesus. Strong enough to carry responsibility, humble enough to admit when you're wrong, patient enough to listen, courageous enough to stand for truth, gentle enough that people experience the love of God in a way that you treat them. Because anyone can use power, but it takes real strength to be gentle. And until next time, I appreciate you just for being here. It's sweaty, so I'm going back inside. Till the next one, peace.